Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. If you're doing well, because they're having a wonderful day on this 10th December 2024. We're playing Tokyo Ghoul, which is an amazing game. We're watching the sunrise, which is less amazing because it's non-existent. And we're gonna be reviewing the movie, the Cabin. So the Cabin, I know it sounds like a horror movie, but it's a movie where there's these four horsemen of apocalypse. That's pretty much it. So honestly, if you guys didn't see the movie, you probably heard the critics, and the critics were very, very harsh with that movie. He was calling it a mess. Was the movie great? Not really. But there was some little treasure, little gems in there, and to be exploring them together. So the Cabin is a couple, a homoerotic couple. Congratulations, with a adopted daughter, little Wen, and they're living in this cabin, right? And we don't know. What I deplore right away is we don't know who those characters are, and we never figure it out, right? That's gonna play a huge part in the movie. So there's these four people that come in, right? And they're saying, look, we need you to sacrifice somebody. If you don't sacrifice somebody, somebody that I used to know, you wanted to shut me up. Goldie. Who doesn't remember Goldie? Come on. And the funny part about it is they're like, if you don't sacrifice somebody, right, it's gonna be a horrible thing that happens, right? So at first, we don't really know what's going on. We don't really know what happened. So they said, okay, you guys are crazy. What I really love about the movie is those four people. They're very, very they're very unstable. They look unstable. They look a bit crazy, and they do a really, really good job, right? And then you realize that we have good old Ron Weasley as a first horseman. So people watching the movie have called these the four horsemen. So the four horsemen of apocalypse, right? Or envoy. You see, in the mythology or religion, I don't really know, but there's the four horsemen. So if you play Darksider, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. There's these four horsemen, and they're supposed to bring the end of the planet, right? So when you see the four horsemen together, they have that power to destroy everything. That's why there are four characters. Rupert is the first to go, right? And you're like, dude, you see that when he dies, there's a flood coming in, right? Like, holy shit, they're right. But again, they look crazy, and you say, you know what? Maybe it's a coincidence, right? So you don't listen. Then we have the second one. The second woman, she has a kid, and she's very chill compared to the others. She's the chillest. She's very cool. She's very relaxed. She's very kind. She's trying to help people out. Trying to find a like a compromise, I guess. And then she dies once again. And there's another apocalypse, right? And then you're like, holy shit, this one I liked her. Then we have the third one that dies. The reason why I'm going fast is because we're going to be exploring them each and every single one of them at the end. This is a recap, this is a review also. The third one, she comes in and she starts to attack. She tried to kill somebody, and then she get killed, right? Because again, self-defense. And there's another third one. Though now this is what's important. The main character of the bad guys is possibly David Bautista, the ex-wrestler, right? Brilliant actor. Or if you prefer, Dax from Guardians of the Galaxy. But only if you're a nerd, like moi, like this guy. You realize that they all look crazy, right? And for a simple second, right? He turns on the TV because every time they kill somebody, they turn on the TV to see the news, to see that, okay, well, this happened, and this happened, which is the irrefutable proof that what I'm saying to you by saying, yo, there's an apocalypse, the fuck is you doing? I'm saying the truth because I can prove it, right? I can prove that there's something. And the last time, they keep talking about this vision, right? And for the last time, he saw the show, and he's able to say exactly what the person on the news is gonna say. So now you start to believe it. You start to really, really believe it, and you're like, holy shit, I can't believe it, you know. And it's absolutely shitty because at the okay, I kind of say that. it's absolutely shitty because the least likable character is actually the couple, the least likable character. It's such a complex movie, but when you really take the time to analyze what's going on, when you take it for more than just a fucking movie that you're watching, but actually think about it, it's actually a good movie. So why is it a good movie? It's kind of simple. There's a moment, right, where there's one of the parents, I'm not going to say who because I don't want to follow the movie, one of the parents gets away with it, and they save the world by killing one of the other, right? So there is a death, they do make a choice, and then the parents goes in, right? And the reason why we're starting the review with the end is very, very, very comical, but it's very, very logical also. So you see their belongings, and you realize that every single person was saying the truth. Every single person. So the first guy, right? The first guy, okay. I have to start with the third one. The third one, she was a nurse, right? She said, "Oh, I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse." You don't really believe it, but then you find a card from the hospital. The second one, she said, "I don't care about who dies. I want to protect my kids." Then you find her picture with her kids, right? Now the first one is, again, very, very smart of the writers to do. You think that they're crazy, but there's another reason why you don't believe it. The other reason why they don't believe it is because in the very beginning of the movie, we have one of the dads, I guess. And I don't know how to say it. One of the husband, but then you're like, okay, well, they're two husband. And if I say one of the dads, you're like, yeah, but they're two dads, so it doesn't make any sense. I forgot their names. Oops. And there's another guy that assaulted him in a bar possibly because he was gay. And then you realize that the guy that assaulted him in this bar was one of the guy that was there. I was the four horsemen. It's good old Ron Weasley. His name is not fucking Ron Weasley, but it's the actor that played Ron Weasley. And if you're looking for the actor, it's possibly somebody called Rupert. But what do I know, right? It's not like I'm a huge fan of the series. I was gonna get you the Lego, but I'm afraid it's gonna fall, so let's not touch it. So you're like, okay, well, and the problem is all of those people, because they seem highly unstable, you're like, okay, well, those people are sheeps. They're following this guy, and because these guys have filled their head with fucking hatred, that's why they think that they have to die, right? But he didn't. He didn't. And the best part of the movie is because of that one guy, you have to doubt that they're all crazy or they're all being misled. So you think, okay, well, they're not right. And the most beautiful thing is one of the fathers had the same vision that they had. So those visions that they talked about, the father had the same vision. And that's how we know it's true. So we had 4 people telling us, hey, this was gonna happen, this was gonna happen, but because they're the quote-unquote bad guy, we don't believe them, and then one of the good guy, right? It's like, yo, we probably should, I'm the one that has to die. Probably should kill one of us, right? The movie in itself is quite messy. Do I think it's a good movie? Not really. I think it's okay. I think the suspense is good. I think the plot is good. I think the context is good. I think the way they're exploring every single pieces of the puzzle is interesting. Ultimately speaking, why am I where I am, or what led me to where I am, and what am I supposed to understand with where I am? Right? The problem with a movie like that is a thriller. The problem with a movie like Thriller is once you know the killer, there's no what should I call it? There's no pros. So you guys, if you saw the video before, you know that I used to buy a shit ton of DVDs. The worst DVD that I bought was Thriller. Not because the story wasn't good, not because the movie wasn't good, but those DVD I would watch them over and over and over again. But when you know who's the killer, there's no goal. With the joke, you can tell me a joke twice and I'll laugh twice. Right? You can tell me who's the killer, and then if you ask me who's the killer, it's like, well, fucking this guy, you know? I know. So yeah, so it's complicated, it's complex. You should give it a chance. It's gonna blow your mind. See, the thing with the movie, I feel like, is it's serious enough for you to pay attention to it, but not important enough for you to want to pay attention to it, right? If the movie wasn't started, I would have not given a shit. But since the movie started, I was like, okay, let's listen to it. And that's pretty much it. So, once again, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.